Alrighty. What's happening? Is this thing working? Is it not? Do I have a story to tell today? Do I have a story to tell?
Hey, there we are. We look good.
Do you have a story to tell? Is it working?
It's working.
We got the goods.
Here we go. Here we go.
Cool. Give this thing about a minute or two. Give it about a minute or two. I got a story to tell about Sarah.
Hi.
I have a story to tell. Very disappointing story.
Hey.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm in the flesh.
As you guys come on in, say hello. I want to make sure you can hear. Give a thumb up or just let us know that you can hear us. We're on the streaming setup. Sarah flew in on Saturday from Ottawa.
Yep, you got it.
And she hijacked my office today.
Oh, yeah, this is sweet.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
So I like my office. It's very important to me. And I come in at 10. I had to sit on the floor.
I should have taken a picture.
I had to sit on the floor of my own office and work on my work. And then I had to sit on the couch because you hijacked my office all day.
Yeah, but that's the guy you are.
How do you feel about that?
It's the kind of guy you are. You're that nice of a guy.
That's true.
It was actually it's really weird. I'm being in this side, and I'm sure it's probably weird for them to see both of us.
Yeah.
In the screen.
Probably is.
Now they know how tall I am.
So different seeing both of you together. Hello, guys. Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Awesome. We got some good stuff today. We got some good stuff. We want to take away all the complications.
Yeah.
All of the... I'm sure you've heard the concept 80-20. It's something I live by, probably a little bit excessively. Justin, you know what I'm talking about. When we're doing the wrong things in the wrong order at the wrong time, we don't get results. Even if those things are right. Like, yes, that thing may get you clients, but if it's the wrong thing, or if it's the right thing in the wrong time, or if it's the right thing at the right time yet in the wrong order, you're not going to get results. And we really want to simplify that. I want to keep this fairly Q&A because Sarah's here. Hey. We're going to do a little bit more Q&A. So if there's any questions we can answer, we've got 3 or 4 points that we really want to hit on. But if there's anything specific we can answer, leave it in the comments. We're watching it like a freaking hawks.
Yes.
Like ninjas.
Yeah.
And if we can answer anything, help out in any way, please let us know. Also, is that it?
Yeah, let's just ask questions as we've got a couple of things we want to talk about.
We got 4 things.
But if
I would want to start with energy.
do it.
Can I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
You
Now
sure?
that you're in your office, I guess you feel.
I'm back in the office.
Entitled and stuff.
I feel.
Let's do it.
Really want to talk about energy first. Now, before I do that, I do want to set an intention. Just because we're here in person, I'm not changing that up. You want to start?
Yeah.
And in the comments, please let us know your intention. What is it you want to pull from this?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What will make this a success? Like hanging out with 45 minutes with us, what will make it a success?
Yeah, I think knowing the right order is so important. So I just want to give, if anything, permission or an invitation in any ways to ask if you have a couple things that you're doing and you're like, I'm doing this and I think I'm doing this. Ask those questions. My intention tonight is just to give you those answers that you probably wouldn't see on a live inside of a Facebook group. I just kind of want to break the rules. I want to just give it away.
We want to go all in. My intention is to not sleep tonight. Like give so much energy and so much that I'm so excited for the next 8 hours that I actually don't sleep. I want to go all in like always.
Yeah.
If there's anything we can help you with,
now's
full
the time.
stop. This is the time.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about is energy. I think one thing that when we're talking about the order of the series or the events or the order of things like to build or to execute on, I see a lot of coaches be like, well, I need another certification. Nothing wrong with certifications at all. But if we're using that as an excuse to get your gift out in the world, or what I hear is I need to heal. I'm all for that. Me too. Like there's a lot of things that I still work on every second week to heal or to bring to the surface, or wait, I still have like things, or I'm broken, or like I have limiting beliefs. Awesome. Me too. I don't know about Sarah.
Absolutely.
Probably not. She's perfect.
No.
But I definitely do. And so I have found that that's such a big thing that holds some people back. They think they need to do it perfect. It's not. By actually moving forward, you step into uncomfortable situations, you put yourself out there, you do something that maybe your old self wouldn't have done, And by doing so, all these things are going to come up. And now you can actually see, you're like, whoa, this came up, this came up. Let me fix that while helping other people. You don't have to be perfect. I'll really break things down to like expert and facilitator here in a second, but you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be whole. You don't have to be healed. You can be messy, and within your mess, you can serve others, and through serving others, you can also heal and better yourself. So, the wrong order, or the wrong time, or the right thing in the wrong time, and that whole conundrum that people fall into, it has to start with belief that I'm not perfect. I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. I'm going to show up and serve. Full stop. If we can have that intention, I'm going to show up and serve. I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone's perfect. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
pretty perfect.
But when you surrender that
It's a
way
joke.
and you just show up to help the other person, it honestly it feels way better to either create content, to go on a sales call, to even coach in any way. Like you're not coaching your clients just so they get incredible results so you can brag about them and have testimonials.
Correct.
Like you're doing it to serve them because it feels good. And so if you can just surrender that part at the very beginning, you'd be so much better off, so much less resistance, so much more of an accelerated path.
Yeah, and if you look at like if you look at a coach, so I did a podcast on this, so it's fresh in my mind of like what is a coach? To me, a coach is someone who unlocks or untaps or unhinges or unleashes someone's potential. So you have a human being in front of you. How do they get to the next level, or how do you help them through whatever it is that they want to get through, the transformation they want to see? So you're unlocking someone's potential. So if you ask me the definition of a coach, that's definition A. Definition B is like just one word. It's leader. And then there's two hats we wear as coaches. And some modalities or some programs or some types of coaches will lead heavier to one or the other. So you have the expert right here, knowledgeable in your craft. You've been doing it for a long time. Sometimes you even take the role of a consultant, whereas I'm the expert, and I can actually almost even tell you what to do at times. That's like consulting world right there, but there's a time and place for that. Then there's the facilitator. Please write this down. If I had my iPad hooked up, I would.
Yeah.
But you have the facilitator. I should put the whiteboard behind me. You have you have the expert, and then you have the facilitator. Facilitators ask questions, probe, poke, and you don't have to be an expert in the space. Many times in business, so I'll just take the example of what we do, is there will be someone who's not getting results, the leads are poor quality, and all the calls are saying no. And we look and I'm like, okay, as an expert, I look at the funnel and I look at the things and I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is all good. Then I go into facilitator mode, poke, prod, hey, I had the biggest argument with my wife 2 weeks ago and my energy's just been all over the place. Or me and my husband had a massive blowout and my energy just hasn't been the same. I'm not a relationship expert, but here's where I become a facilitator. Okay, great. Let's poke and prod and ask questions and come to conclusions where I'm not the expert. Or I'm working with never worked with a billionaire, but just for fun. You're working with a billionaire on their health and fitness. And you're the health and fitness expert. But that conversation may go into business at times. And if you're a great coach, you can still facilitate a session with a billionaire and help him make better decisions in his companies. It may not be your scope of expertise, but as a facilitator, and when you have the two available to you, then you build out a ton of tools around it. You can have, there's thousands of coaching tools, and there's different modalities and different ways of doing things. But now you're like, okay, sometimes you're an expert, and if you feel like you have so much more to learn, understand that you're also a facilitator, and you'll never know everything. I consult or I ask. Sometimes a client will be like, ask me a question, like TikTok. I've never been on TikTok, and I'll have to source information or talk to someone else, get answers for them. But I can facilitate because marketing is all the same. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense.
I think it makes sense.
You're an expert, you're a facilitator, and you can work with both.
Yeah.
And understand that you're never going to feel like the world's best expert. And if that's holding you back from charging what you're worth and putting your programs out there and actually getting clients, you're doing the world a disservice. And you're probably not going to be the best facilitator ever either. There's always new tools to learn, new coaching tools, new ways to ask questions, new ways to facilitate a session, to have breakthroughs. No more certifications are needed. No more school, no more degrees, no more freaking badges and medals and ribbons. Let's do. That's the right thing to do in the right order. It has to start with that to get results. Cool? I wanted us to start with that.
That's so important though, because if you come from that place, then the rest of it makes more sense.
What do we got here?
We got a couple things.
Here,
coming.
I'll pull it up on my phone.
Yeah.
What do we
got
got going on? Anything going on?
Chanel, what's up? She says, I am ready to learn how to lessen my feelings of being overwhelmed and not be reactive and feel like I have to get so much done in a short period of time. I do so much work, but ultimately get nothing done effectively.
Chanel, are you open to me sending you a DM with a book recommendation on this? It really helped me. I'm fairly like emotional.
Totally.
Sarah's like smooth. She's like, look at how calm I am right now. And I was like,
even when I'm panicking, though, like even when I'm like a hot mess inside. Yeah.
And you like both energies are really, really important. I'm definitely more on like the emotional, up down roller coaster side of things, and I've learned how to smooth that out a lot. And I'll if you're open to it, I'll send you a book or two that really helped me on that. That's all I got.
Cool.
What else we got?
We got. I know.
God.
It's so cool. That
what are
I'm
you
here
doing?
Now. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
She's got an Airbnb. What'd you do now?
There we go.
Like 10 minutes from here, for a week.
Yeah, I'm squatting. Squatter's rights.
And then she's like, "Hey, could I just come over and use your office all day today?" And I was like, "Okay." I just won't do anything all day.
I got you a whole house, but you're coming to mine for sure.
It's like a 3-level house, 4-level house that
crazy.
you're renting, and it's got 3 bedrooms, 3
just
bathrooms, and it's like her little empire in there.
It is.
What do you do?
Cool. Talal, what's up? Marie,
No
what's
more
up?
perfection, Talal. I give you permission to get messy, bro.
Totally. Marie, what's up from New York?
New York.
Cool, open-minded,
Cool.
some good intentions. Cool. So
What's our second point?
Let's get into.
I could talk about that all day.
I don't know. You go.
You want me to talk about it all day?
Well, I don't know. What do you guys want?
Probably a bad idea. All right.
What do you
What's
want?
next?
Let's talk about overcomplicating the whole marketing game, specifically with the funnel, the sales process, the things that you do in the right order to get a client. Let's talk about overcomplicating
Let's do that.
So oftentimes, we will see other coaches in our space that are killing it. Like if you're just getting started, say you're a relationship coach, and you're like, okay, how do I do this relationship coaching thing online? You find like some of the top dogs in your space. I don't know. I'm not in that space.
Yeah, they're like they're doing YouTube ads, Facebook ads, webinars.
And the next thing you know, you like are funnel hacking them.
They have a book.
You're like trying to funnel hack them. You're trying to like figure out like what is it that they do if I'm gonna work with them. So next thing you know, you're like mystery shopping. And let me know if you guys have done this. Have you done this?
Yeah, when I first started, I was looking at fitness coaches and I was like, wow, they have all these $17 programs. So I started building all that kind of stuff out. I told you a story. I had a $97 program. I worked 3 months to create it. I did a launch promo of it for half off. I had 2 people buy. One person wanted a refund. And the other person, my strategy for Cecile, was to get my $47 client to come get a conversation with me to actually book something of like a $2 or $25 product. I never heard from them.
Right.
And I spent 3 months to make $47. Which is like, hey, yo, watch this. Probably work 10 hours a day. So 10 hours times 7 times 4.
I don't even want to know.
Times 4, that's 1,200 hours. And 47 divided by 1,200 hours. I was making 4 cents.
4 cents.
An hour. Does that make sense? 4 cents times 1,200 hours is $47. I was working for 4 cents an hour.
That's no.
For tres
So
mesas.
what happens is you would have seen other fitness pros or fitness coaches do that, and they're like, oh, they have this like $47 offer, and I'm sure once I buy that, then they probably upsell me to the next thing. Or you start kind of market researching your competitors, and the next thing you know, you're trying to imitate what they're doing. But the reality is, you can't tell from someone's funnel how profitable they are. Not just how much money they make, but like how profitable they are. That's just a whole different conversation, probably, to go off into a tangent
100%.
here about profitability, not just revenue. But the point
No,
of
wait. Let that land just for a second. Is like what you take home
Yeah.
in the pocket.
Do you have any money in there?
I don't. I gave it all to you yesterday. What you take home, like what you actually take home, is what's important. And please know that I know many 7-figure earners who take home less than many 6-figure earners because the model is different, and that's okay. So there's this one gentleman that has really helped me on the financial. This is like high level financial type stuff for companies. something I never learned in school. Like, you don't learn that. So, like, actual balance statements and sheets and cash flow forecasts and all this kind of stuff. And did you know? So all credit goes to Tim Francis on this. Did you know that, like, the Forbes 500? If you look it up, do this, please. You go to Forbes 500 or the Forbes 100 or the Inc. 500, whatever awards. It's not based on profitability. It's just based on revenue growth. And in the Q&A, it's like, do I actually have to be profitable to win a award? And the answer, they're like, no. It's one word. It's no. It's based on how much revenue you bring in. It's very easy to build $1 million business by spending $1 million.
Yeah.
And now you get an award. Hey, I'm a 2 Comma Club award. I won a ClickFunnels award. I'm a 7-figure coach. But I brought home $0 or I lost money.
Yeah.
My first year in coaching, I was losing money and I was so amped. I'm like, dude, I'm killing it.
Yep.
When I looked at my bank account at the end of every month, I had no money. And that's when the conversation shifted to profit margins, profitability. And I'd rather have a smaller business but take more home than shoot for a $10 million business but spend $9 million getting there and all the stress and legal issues that come with it. So
Yeah.
please don't be
misled by that.
Misled? Mm-hmm. I'm all for these. Like, I think the entrepreneur awards are so cool, but it was a big lie that I believed in until I actually started reading. Look at even ClickFunnels. To win a 7 comma or a 7-figure 2 comma club. I love ClickFunnels. We use ClickFunnels. A 2 comma award. It doesn't matter how much money you took home. So I could spend $1 million next month and make $1 million, which would be pretty easy. Mm-hmm. Like you could have a $500 program and you could just spend $500 to get a client in through the door. You could get $5 leads, $100 leads, sell a program, make $0 or lose money. But if you can show, hey, I had 7 figures in revenue, you get an award. And I know many marketers,
They're flaunting that.
And they made no money or they lost money that year just to get that award. So please don't be fooled by it. If you want to see our bank accounts, this is what I say. I'm like, if you're going to hire a coach or anyone in the money making space, ask to see their bank account. Mm-hmm. And I get that. Like, can I see your bank account? I'm like, here you go. Here's 3 accounts, 6-figure accounts, and this is how much money we keep. This is the profit margins we keep. That's what's important. Cool?
Yeah, so when you're doing market research or you're trying to figure out like how this whole game works and what you need to create as far as, I'll call it a sales funnel or in the sales process, let's just make sure that you're modeling someone who is at your level. And that's going to be hard to find if you're just looking at the top players in the space. I think if you guys are down for it, we'll just tell you if you're at $0 what those steps would be. If you guys are interested. But if you're interested in that, just drop a bunch of money bags. I don't know,
bags
inside the comments. Just
dollar bills.
It'll tell us if that's what you guys want. We just want to make this a super.
I want to answer. Marie says, "How come 7 figures earned?" I loved it. This is something I wish somebody would have told me about earlier, but they didn't. 7 figures earned. Yo, hold up. All right.
What are you doing?
I gotta draw this out.
You're showing my school project.
I gotta draw this out. Is that good? There we go. I have like a whiteboard here. I've got a big
just draw
thing.
on the wall.
Yeah, it started drawing on the wall. Okay, does this make sense? Can you see this? Can you guys see this? You should be. I hope you can. Okay, cool. All right. So there's this thing called revenue. So let's say revenue is $1 million. And there's this thing called profit.
Can y'all see that?
X marks the spots for profit. Cool? Yes. Okay, cool. You got revenue. Then you have this thing called expenses that no one likes to talk about. Expenses. Just that says expenses. And so get this. You can have a $25,000 a month business. You can have $10,000 expenses, and you're taking home $15K. Nice business. Probably very low stress. You might have, your salary, which maybe is like $5K. You've got a VA, maybe it's $3K. And then you've got some software that you use, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got $2K of software. Wham, bam, you're taking home $15,000. Healthy business, great business. Then you're like, yo, I want to grow. I saw someone doing $250,000 a month. That's what I want to do. So you think revenue is going to make your life better. So you make a goal of making $250,000 a month, and you do. The next thing you know, you've got a team of 8 people by them, and maybe they're all getting paid around $5,000. Let's say 10 people, $5,000, $50K in salary. Let's just make it easy. You've got ad spend going here, and it's probably a third of that. So let's say $80,000 in ad spend. You definitely have a lawyer and a legal team at that point, and you're probably paying them anywhere from $3,000 to draft up contracts, help you with that stuff. You've got because you've got all this extra software and all this other stuff, and you're just really pushing for revenue. Like that's all you want is revenue. So now you've got all this other software, maybe 15K, maybe you have an office 10. All I'm getting at is these expenses. No one talks about them. Next thing you know, you're also making 15K profits. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you can see that.
I think I can see it.
You're making 15K profits. Which business would you rather have? A business that's lean, that's fun, that's enjoyable, and that you have no stress, or a business that's massive stress? So that I'd rather have this, but start weeding out the expenses and actually start being smart about it, and maybe taking home 115K.
Yeah.
So remember, revenue minus expenses equals profit. We all know that. Just no one talks about it. So everyone's like, dude, I made $1 million. But I know many people who are going bankrupt or they're losing money. They had $1.2 million in expenses.
And you're in the hole.
And now they're in the hole. And I've seen it happen so many times, and it happened to me in the early days, which I learned my lesson, and I was like, I will only, or people will be like, I've sold $1 million of coaching. How much of it was collected? Like you can sell $1 million in coaching. You can have let's say you have a $100,000 coaching program and you sell 10. You can claim I sold $1 million of whatever that may be, but who actually stuck around? Did you have payment plans? How many of those payment plans didn't follow through? Next thing you know. So there's just different terminology. All I care about at the end of the month, the accountant gives me one number. There's many numbers that are important. What's left over? Like what's actually left over? And what's left over is how we celebrate success. Cool?
Got a question up there. Does that make sense? I guess we'll take a break.
And I'm not knocking anybody either, because there's many profitable businesses. And I was in a place where for a long time it looked great. It's like $40,000 months. But what was left was zero or negative. Like, it was like, you're like minus $2,000. And I was like, how can this be?
When all that money's
Because
coming in.
all I thought about was revenue. I wasn't looking at the expenses. I wasn't optimizing the business. I wasn't optimizing the team. I wasn't optimizing anything. I was just sell, and it's stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Stupid.
It doesn't feel good. It doesn't last long either.
It's stupid.
We've got Marco. Marco's a fitness coach.
Marco.
Looking to start ClickFunnels. What's your advice on starting ClickFunnels for beginner to automate the sales process? Should I?
Yeah. Can I get this? No, you get it.
No.
You're the expert here on this.
Well, get in there.
I would just have one more follow-up question, Marco, is how much revenue? We'll go with revenue. How much sales are you bringing in? That's where I would start. How many consistent sales are you bringing in per month? Leave that in the comments, and then I'll know how to better serve you.
Yeah.
If it's above 8K, we'll have a conversation. If it's under 8K, then we're going to cross out automate, and we're just going to focus on the sales process.
Totally.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Sarah's like the funnel queen.
It totally depends on where you're at, and you can be totally misled by one funnel away and all of the ClickFunnels challenges and all.
I love Russell Brunson, and I love ClickFunnels. By the way,
we love ClickFunnels, but we do need to be really real
8K.
and not let you down.
So Marco, under 8K is you're focused on what? How much is your program? Because that's probably if the business is structured right, there's probably 3 or 4 sales.
Yep.
You don't need any automation for 4 sales. We need to build a war chest. We have to get profits into your bank account, build a war chest. Once you got 40 or 50K in the bank or whatever that is to you, great. Now let's move into offense, build out some automations, and get that going.
Yeah, totally. There's a couple more comments in here, so let's just take them, go through.
Yeah, let's do it. I love this.
Really
Keep them coming, by the way. We're here to serve.
Absolutely. So Emily's super pumped. A business of services, of service and profits, take-home pay, and less stress. That's totally true. And I think that's a really real question, is asking yourself, which situation would you rather have?
Yep.
Yeah, Marie, they would spend a lot of money, for sure. We got a question here. Chanel, I've been told by so many people and coaches that it's normal to not make much money in the first couple of years of their business. I don't want that to be true for me. Can I touch on that?
Absolutely.
Because I think I heard this for the very first time when I was getting my hair done in a salon years ago, and I was in my first or second year of my first business. And she said something about oh, you're 2 years in, only 3 more years until you start making money. And I was like, that's a crock of shit.
Yeah.
That's not really fair. Get your finger out of there.
Get my finger out of there.
That's not really fair. I'm already profitable. What are you talking about? And then I actually thought I was doing something wrong because I was profitable, but I kept hearing that. So that's a beautiful story and narrative and belief that you can just rewrite. It's entirely not true.
Yeah.
It's entirely not true.
Well, I mean, and that being said, just so we have the right expectations, is yes, of course. I think once momentum builds and once you have money coming in, it becomes easier to make money. You can hire people to do all this. So I guess there's a little truth to it, but to not be profitable, especially for a coaching business, because your expenses stay so low when you first start. Like, name one business that you can start on.
That hair
$200 a month.
That hair salon, like she was the owner. It's like you're paying for the lights,
That's
you're paying for the water, you're paying for the products,
That's
you're paying for her staff. Like, of course, it's
That's
a totally different business model. So if you can keep your expenses lean and mean,
correct. And you'll notice that there will be some step costs, but for the most part, your expenses and your profits, you can keep them fairly equal until you start hiring people. Then the dynamic changes. But to the first 15, 20K, it doesn't have to be complicated. Marco says low end $400. Totally cool. Totally cool. And I'm not going to put high ticket against low ticket. There's no right or wrong. I would just need to know your goal now. So what is your goal? And if your goal is to make, X amount of dollars while working so many hours, then we may change that strategy. If it's not, and it's like, I have 2 hours to make this thing happen, I want to build an audience and really play with paid traffic, and I want to acquire clients for around $250 so I can have about a 60% or 30% margin there. I want to keep $197 of it, and I want to go for volume. Totally cool, doable, different discussion. Or I want to go for the higher price and lower volume. Work with 4 clients a month, build something intimate, and then build out low ticket. It's all doable. I'm just not the best guy to talk to for $397 because I tried many times and it just wasn't. It was a side hustle.
Yeah.
Unless you want to really dive into paid traffic and turn your marketing skills up very high, because every conversion at that point, the difference between a 30% conversion and a 25% conversion makes a massive difference for a $400 product, whereas for a high ticket offer, very different, more relationship based, a little bit longer sales cycle, although that's not absolutely true. We've had sales cycles of 24 hours where coaches just saw us on YouTube, came in, had a conversation, and bought like our highest tiered, higher price package, and it was a 6-month relationship, all in 24 hours or less. So, but it totally depends on what you want. So you just got to get clear on what you want, and then we build that up.
Totally.
Cool.
Emily,
what's next?
Any advice?
Man, we're just doing cues today.
Yeah, keep your questions coming, because just take. If you're watching, just take.
Use us.
Okay. Emily, any advice on creating an evergreen group program, and do you recommend it?
How much are you making?
How much are you making?
Per month right now. That'll tell us
so much.
it.
Yeah.
What else do we got? What other points do we want to touch on?
We've got, we can talk about pricing strategies. We could talk about the sales process. I think we just kind of threw some things out there, and then you guys tell us.
I think that's how I want to run them too, is how can we best serve you?
Yeah.
But
don't want this to be a webinar or something you just watch and you don't get exactly what you wanted from it. So you guys control.
Yeah.
Marie says, my goal is to make $200K before the end of this year. Any suggestions? I teach entrepreneurs and coaches how to write a book in 10 days. I charge $1,000, but in April I'm going to charge $5,000.
Yeah. We're going to get to that one. I've got a few things around that. Under 72 hours, Justin says, and less than 5K. Cool. Can I touch on one thing? Leave an emoji or something if you want us to break down. I'll draw it out. The exact funnel we use. The exact steps we take. It's not complicated. Extremely simple, and there was over $100,000 of coaching sold last month. Very simple, nothing complex, nothing complicated. You can literally probably build it out in 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. If you want to see that, happy to share it. And I'll just draw it out on a whiteboard or something. This thing won't let us share it. Unless you know what I could do, though? You know what I could do, man?
We actually can.
I actually could. I can't airdrop it, but I could plug my iPad in.
Yeah.
Could do that. Anywho, yes.
Let's keep rolling with Emily, because Emily,
you cover Emily. I'm gonna grab a little.
Yeah, get out of here.
Something here.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, cool. So Emily, less than 5K is what your current revenue is at. Where is this revenue coming from? Are you working with clients one-on-one? Is it one client? Is it 12 clients? What's that look like? Let me know in the comments, and we'll keep diving into it.
Keep rolling.
So
Scusi.
we're at $5,000 in revenue
I'm gonna draw this out, man.
a month.
This is what we need right here. We're gonna make a lot of people a lot of money today.
That'd be great.
It excites me a lot.
I know there's a delay, so
It excites me a lot.
we're just gonna wait for this. One-on-one coaching, inconsistency. Okay, cool. So, Emily, if I was on your board of directors or I was on your team for a day for even 10 minutes, the first thing I would say is perfect one offer before creating another.
Hey, Sarah, I'm just gonna cover your head.
Cool. Do your thing. Do your thing. So what I mean by that is you've got a one-on-one coaching opportunity. This is a very valuable coaching experience that you create for your clients, and that's something you have had success selling, which means it's a verified offer. It's something that you've sold, the market wants. Great. My goal, or your goal, or what I would recommend if we're working together is turn that inconsistency into consistency first. Don't worry about creating another product, another offer, or anything else. That's unnecessary complexity with where it sounds like you're at right now. Maybe there's more details to it. I don't know. Let us in, fill us in. We can always continue this conversation after the live. But if you've got an offer and you've been able to sell it and it's inconsistent, then it's a matter of fine-tuning that. It's going to give you more money in the bank, so more sales, more revenue, with less people. Which, when you're just starting out, I don't know about you, but that's so desirable. An evergreen coaching program, yeah, it runs itself, but it still needs energy going into it. It still needs marketing. It still needs juice going into it in order to attract and get clients. And if we are splitting your energy between two offers and one's inconsistent and one's brand new, the inconsistency could even fade away and now it's totally gone. I would rather just great, let's dial in one-on-one until we're consistent, 3, 4, 5 clients a month. We've got cash in the bank. So even as we start building out an evergreen offer, if that's what you really want to do, then you're okay to take the foot off of the marketing gas, go into creation mode and start building that out. But I would make sure that it's consistently creating
Dude, we're gonna blow some minds about. We're gonna blow some MMA. Can you guys see my iPad drawing? Let me know in the comments if you can see this. Justin says yes, I can see it. Cool.
Emily,
was talking.
Emily, I hope that was helpful. If there's anything you want to follow up with, just DM afterwards if you want to keep
Yo,
Happy
doggies. This will answer Emily's question. This will answer Mary's Marie's question. This will answer Marco's question. This will answer some stuff. This will answer some stuff.
So many questions.
Yo, there's no right or wrong. There's what do you want to create? I didn't want to create a business that was transactional. That was just me. I didn't want to create a business that was just transaction. I wanted transformation. I wanted experiences. As a coach, that's what I wanted. So if you want a transactional business, totally cool. You have a $297 product. It's fully auto, fully automatic. It's transaction. People get it. There may be a bit of an experience through it, but it's fairly low on the experience level. Totally cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's not what I wanted. I wanted massive impact, massive transformation, massive experience. I wanted to get into the heads of clients, the hearts of clients, the souls of clients. And I would rather work with less clients than work with more. Cool? I didn't want to work with 200 or 300 clients. I just didn't want to. That's not what I wanted to build when I first started. So let me see, where's the line for the iPad? Probably even further, so I think I can draw anywhere here. We'll see that in a second. Okay, so you can really have, now you can have both, but you can't build both at the same time. It's two different offers, it's two different kinds of people that you'd work with, it's two different types of clients, two different types of customers. You can't work with both. Okay, cool, there's a line. So we need to start with one or the other. So let's say we do we'll use Marco's example. We have a $400 transactional type of experience.
Yep.
Or
a course,
we have a
mini program.
$4,000 or $40,000, whatever, transformational experience. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Cool.
That's fair.
And I remember I started here, and I very quickly realized. I started at the $400 mark, and I quickly realized this wasn't fulfilling me. It was a business that I was trying to turn a profit and make money. That's personal. Marco may be like, I'm good with that. Totally cool. For me, it wasn't for me. I want to like get into the lives of a client and like actually know like there's probably like this is just me, a dinner conversation going on of like my mind was blown today. Here's what me and Lucas talked about. That's just what I wanted. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I also know I wanted to make like $40,000 plus. I knew that. And my number was a little bit different. Mine was 25, and I knew that. I was like, I want to make $25,000 or more. And then it just kept going to like 40, 50, 80, because that meant impact and transformation and resources I have to reach more people. Fair?
Yeah.
I know I'm riffing here, Sarah,
No,
but
it sounds
is that
good.
okay?
It's good.
But let's just say that it was $40,000 a month you wanted to create. Or let me make these numbers way easier. We'll do 10K a month because it's kind of like most people's goals.
Yeah.
Cool? Is that fair?
Who doesn't want to make 10K a month
Right?
when you're first starting?
So what is that? That's 20 sales. So at times 20, I would make $10,000. Minus expenses, which are probably very few, not much. Although selling a $500 offer, if you want to do that consistently, I promise you have ad spend. To sell 20 programs at $500 without ads running is not going to happen unless you have a massive audience.
Hey, we have a podcast episode on the expenses that you need and the ones that you don't. If you want a copy of that podcast episode, just drop podcast so we know what it means. Podcast.
Or a microphone.
Or a microphone. Something like that.
Or
just,
headphones.
I don't know, shake something at us even. Like, I don't care. Let us know you want it in the comments and we'll drop it to you afterwards.
Cool. So here, I guarantee you have ad spend. I'm not trying to talk you out of this. You have ad spend or you have some complex funnel that's designed to get 1,000 people in, whether that's joint ventures or paid traffic, and you are running them through a funnel trying to get to the bottom and trying to get a healthy conversion so you have a healthy margin. Guarantee you're not taking 10K home. 2 clients a month at $5,000. You don't have traffic running. You're probably creating minimal content, maybe 3 pieces per week to put on 1 or 2 platforms, but you're getting into conversation. So it is time intensive. Fairness. You don't have anyone employed at that point. You don't have any traffic going. You don't have any of that stuff happening. So you're taking the 10K home. For simplicity's sake, let's just say that everybody is taking 10K home because maybe somehow this guy's selling or this gal's selling 20 programs a month consistently and they're taking both things home. Cool? But you still got to sell 20 versus 2, which means you have to have, 10 times the audience, 10 times the traffic, 10 times the people, and I promise you, this is a limiting belief and it's a money mindset thing. If you think that selling a $5,000 offer is 10 times harder than selling a $500 offer, you're wrong. It might be a little bit more tricky, as in like not tricky, but you might have to. You're the sales pro.
Yeah.
You'll have to have. I'm the marketer. Sarah's
it's actually
the sales
harder to sell something that is less than 2,500. In our experience in working with clients, it's harder to sell that than it is to sell something higher.
And why is that? Because people don't believe that. They're gonna be like, you're so wrong.
No, I know. It's because if you've got an offer that's like $800, $1,300, $1,800. There's like a sweet spot in there, and the perception that we have of the value in this experience. I'm going to keep using the word experience behind your coaching program because, like, it's an experience they're going to go through. It's life-altering.
Yeah.
And if it's less than $2,500, typically, people blow past you. They're like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but, like, it can't be that great. Maybe if I'm trying to get dating relationship advice, maybe I'll just pay for eHarmony.
Yeah.
Because it's a couple $100 and that's like only a couple $100 less than that, and I can get a year subscription. So you end up getting compared to apps, membership sites, and things that aren't as transformational as coaching.
You're attracting a very different type of buyer. A buyer who will be, like from my experience, low ticket stuff creates buyers who are like very hesitant. They got tons of money blocks themselves. They're afraid of investing. Whereas when you attract a $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 client, they're a joy to work with.
The person is so different. Like they're
like Vidal.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
He signed up for a 6-month intensive, one of our top tier packages for 6 months. I can't wait to check Voxer or to check text or just to have a conversation. Yeah. So high quality. Yeah. Such like an enlightened human being that it doesn't feel like work to me. Whereas a $200 client, I didn't get results. It's been 8 weeks. I'm like, what do you expect? Well, I want more of your time. What do you expect?
Yeah.
My time is expensive. Marco's time is expensive. That's all we have.
So it's honestly, it is harder to sell that. You just get compared to things that aren't fair to compare you to. and you don't stand out as someone who actually could get someone a massive result. If someone, Marco, if you were like, Sarah, work with me, it's $5,000, $8,000, I don't know, whatever it was, I would probably be like crazy. Like, what's Marco gonna help me do? Like, the perception is different.
And this is what happens is, at least from my experience and just talking to so many coaches, is they're like, okay, well, I don't want to do one-on-one because I'm burnt out from one-on-one. The reason you're burnt out from one-on-one is because your price is way too low.
And you're attracting the wrong client.
If you have 100%, if you have $1,000 one-on-one or $1,200 one-on-one program, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be working with 15 or 20 clients. They're all going to be sucking your energy, sucking your time. They're the wrong clients. They're really not fully invested, so they're not actually doing this stuff. I've experienced this, by the way, so I know what I'm talking about. And then, you burn out. Whereas this, dude, 2 clients,
2 people,
and you talk to them once a week, and it's the most beautiful, in-depth conversation that you're actually excited to serve, you're not going to get burnt out. You're going to love it, and you could probably handle 4 clients. So there's a business. So now everyone's like, well, I just want to sell a program. Now they start hating coaching, and I'm like, you're throwing your gifts down the toilet.
Down the toilet. Yeah, it is, and it's...
Don't steal my shit.
The automation part is nice, but if we jump to automation too soon in like automating your sales process, please don't do that. There needs to be an element of touch.
This is like, we're actually just doing the 100K training right now. If anyone wants, we filmed a video, this is probably like 3-4 months ago now. It's called the 100K Roadmap.
Yeah, if you want that.
So the 100K Roadmap, getting to 100K a month. And we've done it. This isn't theory or like, this is what we've learned. Like this, we've done this. We take you through 3 stages. We talk about 2 things you do in the 0 to 10K.
3 things.
3 things. Then we talk about the 2 things you do to the 10 to 25. Then we talk about the 1 thing you do to 100. If you want that, there's no opt-in. It's just a video to like a page. Just leave 100K or leave 1 hundies.
100K.
We'll just send you the link and you can check it out. But what someone is doing here will not serve what someone's doing here. This is a sequential type thing. So like webinars, building a team, getting VAs, it won't serve
Jumping into heavy automations again, automating the sales process.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Totally. Cool. 100K.
Good. We'll absolutely send it to you. I'd love to help you because I mean what you're doing is great. Marie,
I think she had.
Yeah. I think I don't know how to work a mouse. Your question's gonna be a little bit. First thing I'm gonna say is you need to attract the right kind of coach. So a coach who's seen massive traction and is ready to write a book. Mm-hmm. First things first, or like you've got to make sure you're attracting the right client. 200K, super simple to do. I know you can do it. Let's raise that to 400K because of the caliber of the work you do. Done. Entrepreneurs, they want to write a book, package up their expertise. You could be probably charging $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 for something like that if you're attracting the right kind of buyer who wants to streamline the process, get a book written and out there in the next 8 weeks. They're already doing 25K plus a month. Yep. And this is just going to be another revenue stream, another lead generator, and another way to get on big stages. That would be your ideal client. Anyone less than that is going to be really difficult to work with because they're expecting to get rich through their book and they're not going to.
Yeah. Beautiful answer.
I love it. I love that space.
Beautiful answer.
If we can serve in some way, let us know because you're literally a perfect client when it comes to offer creation. Mm-hmm. We know the market and we know you can have a high ticket program and offer. So you just let us know. If you want to book a call with us, if anyone on this live wants to book a call with us at any point, you can do so at lucasrubix.com, or you can just leave a telephone or just let us know, could I book a call or could we chat? We'll send you details.
Yeah.
Cool.
What
else we got?
I think that's it for questions. We do, though, have like 10 minutes left just to jam with you guys. So if you've got anything else, any questions on anything we talked about on this live tonight, any other questions that are kind of in the back of your head you wanted to ask, let's go ahead and let's hit it, drop it in the comments.
People think $50,000 a month is a lot. And it is. But if you're selling a 5K offer,
it's 10.
That's 10 clients or sales.
Yep.
Per month. That's 10 people on this entire blue planet.
Cute.
That's a planet that could benefit from your coaching. And if your program is, let's say, 3 months long or 2 months long, the turnaround is going to be at any one point, you're going to have 20 to 30 clients. Would you need some support on the back end? Probably a VA or probably someone supporting you. Yes, 100%. But even if you're spending $20,000 on expenses at that point, you're taking 30K home. Yeah. I wish somebody would have shown me this stuff when I first started because I was like, I was so delusional with thinking if I just do $5,000 a month, I'll be good. You're not.
Yeah.
Like that's a good start, but you're not. Like let's get you to 10 or 20
Yeah.
or 25 or build out the infrastructure for it because that's where it's like okay now I have a business.
Your business is more than just a funnel. It is this profit strategy that helps you see, great, when I want to get to this much, I need to spend this much to get there. And anything more than what really is required is going to take all your money and
Yeah.
give it away. And
Yeah.
I'd rather you guys keep it. I think you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Agree, yeah.
I also want to normalize like let's say $25,000. I want to make $25,000 this month, and let's just like start normalizing that because I know I grew up in a trailer park. I don't know where you grew up.
Grew up in
It's freaking
small.
Timbuktu in
Timbuktu.
the middle of the bush.
Yeah.
I had a rusted pickup, and I thought I made it. So like,
Yeah.
please don't take this from like, oh well, that guy just was rich or he was around money.
No.
I had to force myself into this. There was this like banking area where people in suits, which I never owned a suit. I don't think I've actually ever owned a suit. I have like a blazer.
You have a jacket.
I have a jacket.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
don't think I ever like wore a tie except when I absolutely had to. Right? Like I just didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
Immigrant parents, trailer park type stuff. So it took me a while to start normalizing bigger numbers. But once I realized it's easier to do that than to like be scrounging for pennies, I realized that's the life I want. I want to create that kind of impact. I want to make that kind of transformation. I want to serve my clients. I want to serve myself. I want a win-win for everyone involved. And there's so many coaches who they're trying to have their clients win. They've got these $50 programs that they're creating content out of their ass. Like they're
Yeah.
spending all of their energy doing it, but they're getting nothing in return. And
Yeah.
if your cup
It's empty.
is empty,
Like that one.
like this one, and you're trying to serve with like this much fuel, check it.
Check it. There's like
Focus.
backwash in there.
Yeah, it's like a little backwash. Like you got that much fuel in the tank, and you want to change the world, you will burn out. Whereas if your cup is full, you're getting paid, you're working with perfect clients, you love your clients, you love creating, you're doing what you love to do. Now your cup is overflowing. That's where the energy, that's where the juice really starts happening. People
Yeah.
always ask, how do you have so much energy? And I do my best to keep my cup full. That's not always the case, but I do my best. Whatever it takes, even if it's little essential oils.
This guy's got a lot of energy.
I got a lot of energy to fill my cup full so it's overflowing so I can serve everyone and clients and the interwebs and this live.
Yeah.
I don't got to get paid for this,
Yeah.
but I'm not serving from an empty cup. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you're not getting paid, dude, and due debts, you can't sustain that for a long period of time. We live in a financial world. There's transactions happening, and if you live in a place where you got to pay the rent, you got to make money.
Gotta make some cash. Let's not.
If you live in a
normalize it.
hut for free, don't. But like
don't make
I
money.
have
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
People that I take care of.
Exactly. There's reasons
Yo.
for that. Emily, do you ever offer payment plans extending past the town you are done working with a client?
No.
Past the town?
Plus the time,
Oh, plus the time.
probably.
I know it's unlikely,
No.
but fearful and charging for new prices. No.
Negatory. Emily, can I give you guys one little hint here? Because I gave this to a client, and I don't want to make this up. I think their price was $2,500, and we raised it to $7,500. And what we did was, here's what you're gonna do. My coaching's $7,500. First payment on the first day, and then if I render services or if I blow your mind in every way and you're feeling fully satisfied, then you can pay the rest on the last day of our coaching program. It's an 8-week program, and they got yeses, like yep, done.
Yeah.
And what's great about that is now you're not charging $2,500, you're charging $7,500 because you're still getting your feet wet and you're still like okay, and you want to be in full alignment. You're charging whatever $3,500 up front, $3,500 at the end. So you're still making more than you were. The client is super happy because they have your full faith and trust. Like
Yeah.
you're putting your guarantee is basically all on you, and you'll be kind of motivated to really fully deliver.
Yeah.
And the chances of not delivering on that last $3,500 are like slim to none.
Yeah.
You'll know within a week or two if the client's a great client or not. But it'll help you increase your prices, increase your confidence, and put all of that. So it's a tool that we'll use, or like a tactic that's like, if Emily's charging $2,000 and she's terrified of charging $5,000,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, okay, you're gonna charge $5,000, but because you're gonna say, hey, this is a beta program, or it's something I'm just launching. The price is $5,000, is $2,500 today. I know I can deliver for you, so it's $2,500 at the end of 8 weeks. You'll always get a yes.
That's gold. That's gold. If you take anything from this, take that. because that
That's really huge.
that will make you so much
We've
more money.
we've helped so many coaches just with
Yeah.
that, just like see way more revenue.
Yeah.
And even if only half deliver on that, A, you're attracting the wrong clients, but B, you're still way better off than you were without it.
Exactly.
And you're attracting higher quality clients because your price is still 5,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you're breaking it up.
Emily just added in too, like feeling the burnout because of being
Yeah.
coming from a place of lack of financial and creating programs to make money.
I knew it was because even when you said, do you offer payment plans extending past the town? This is such a, it's based on, and no judgment here, I've been through it too. It's based on a really kind of scarcity lack. How about we shift that to like, I want to attract clients who will happily pay me full price.
Exactly.
That's what the only clients I want to work with.
Try that, Emily. Let's just try that. Take that, apply that for your next call.
That's our time. Was this helpful at all?
We got one more thing in
Oh
here.
yeah, let's do it.
Are we okay? We got one more time? Can we fit one more in?
Let's go. Should I get rid of my iPad? Are we done with it?
I think we're done with it.
All right.
Marie, how to identify the highest level paying clients without spending too much money and time? Very simple.
Do I understand that? You understand that
Yeah,
question?
I
Okay,
do.
let's do it.
How do you? So basically, we're talking about like
Avatars and
having
like.
having her right
Yeah.
client, and it wouldn't be a coach who's just getting started, but it's a coach who's making money.
Correct.
How do you identify that?
Ooh, I know what you're gonna say. I'll draw it out as you talk.
Ooh, you put a beautiful,
Oh.
well-crafted message in front of the person that's going to actually attract
Oh.
the right thoughts, the right beliefs, but really the right attention to your offer. So, for example, I just you this morning.
Ah, what'd you do?
I was
You
like,
tricked
Lucas,
me.
I was like, Lucas, what did you have for breakfast? And he's like, oh, I was thinking about his breakfast. He's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, hey, Lucas, like, I asked you something else.
My girlfriend made me breakfast. She made me eggs and avocado toast.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
So I asked you something else too. I was like, what do you have for breakfast? Or like, what are you doing today? And he's like, this is, I'm like, cool. Lucas, are you wearing a belt? And you're like, you changed your face and you're like, yeah. I was like, cool. And I was talking about how the questions we ask, the things that we say, draws the attention into what it is that you're trying to direct your attention. Your marketing, your messaging, and your copy is the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What you draw their attention to is what they're going to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're putting your book offer, write a book in 10 days, and it's a $5,000 program, and it's for coaches, experts, leaders, whoever your person is, a service provider, and you want to attract people who, one, have cash in the bank to be able to pay $5,000, you need to speak to them in that language. And there's a whole bunch of things we could dive into. We would be totally letting you down if we were like, this is the one thing you do. But the psychographics and
I got one thing.
I know it's coming. The psychographics and the message that you put out there that hits those points that they're not telling anyone out loud. When you can speak to them like that, it's going to identify who it is, and they're going to raise their hand to you, and you're not going to burn yourself out.
And I think when she said like how to identify the highest level paid, I think a better word to put in there would be how do I create the perfect clients. And what I mean by that is like, what kind of clients would you love to work with? Like, what kind of clients would you love to work with? Write all that down and then create your messaging and your marketing to speak to those clients.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been a successful, or you've built a successful business, and you know that there's a higher purpose, and you want to share the message to more people, or you want to share your expertise to more people. Like, that would be a message that's very different than like, hey, write a book.
Yeah.
Like, that's different. Or
if you put a message out there and Marie, say you're like, write a book in 10 days and it's going to make you world famous and on the
you attract interesting people.
Must watch under 30 whatever. It's not going to attract the right person because they're looking for a quick fix. If you put a message out there saying learn how to write your book in the next 10 days and it's going to turn into a lead generator, you're talking the right language of it, like it's going to help you take your business from here up to here, or like what does writing a book like actually mean to that person? It's those kind of messages. So
and hey, I'm gonna end with this because this is relevant to everybody. Something that I've been I love there's this speech by Roosevelt called "The Man in the Arena." I used to read that every single day when I faced a lot of doubt and like fear in my business in the early days, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really believe in myself. Man in the Arena, great little speech that my good buddy Roosevelt back in the day was just still a little spirit in the sky waiting to be incarnated on planet Earth. He had a thing of the man in the arena, the woman in the arena, the human in the arena. But I kind of opened it up to like spectator, arena player. And when you're talking to your audience, remember that there are spectators. Spectators are those who are in the stands throwing tomatoes, making like you know what I mean. Those people who are yelling and like telling
Spectating. They're just watching.
yeah, they're like, and they flip teams and they're
Yeah.
like they're shady and they cheer and then they get drunk and they're kind of like they're not in the game. They're not.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
think they are. They like to be. They go home. They watch the sports. They know every stat of every player, but they're not actually in. They even buy like all the jerseys, high end skates, but they never use them. They just want to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is totally cool. We've all been spectators in our lives, and in different areas, we are spectators. Nothing wrong with watching a good MMA fight or a good soccer match and being a spectator. Nothing wrong with that. But if I'm drafting people, I'm probably not going to talk to spectators.
Right.
Then you have people in the arena. People in the arena are a little bit shaky. They don't really want the ball passed to them, but at least they climbed over the fence and they're in the arena. Those are the people that you're educating with your content. Those are the people who are like, they're probably not ready to buy. They're maybe problem aware, maybe not, but at least they're in the arena and they're trying to like hit the ball
Yeah.
or kick the ball. And they're doing the best. They're not great. They're doing their best. They're kind of like beginners. They're just kind of in there. Then you got the players. The players are like, okay, they're kicking the ball. They're being offense, defense. They know some of the plays. They know they have problems they want to work on. And although that is an ideal client, there's very few of them, and the competition is fierce up there. There's everybody selling everything to them, and they're probably watching webinars. They're probably getting ready. This arena is where the real magic lies, because you can create an audience of people who are in the arena, and so that for you that may be like entrepreneurs who've seen success and they want to write a book, and they may be players in entrepreneurship, but they may be just stepping in the arena when it comes to writing a book. And now you get their attention, you educate them, you bring them in, you're doing lives, you've got videos, you've got content that's educating them and getting them ready, self-belief, to becoming a player. And when they're like, hey, I want to play the game, you're the obvious choice. There's no competition at that point. It's how we built this entire business, is massive value up front and build your own oceans. So I don't have to compete. Like, I don't. And if someone comes in here and tries to like compete with me, we boot them out and no one cares because we built our own ocean. We show up and give tremendous value to people in the arena, so when they're ready to play, they're ready to go. Do we attract players? 100%. Our marketing attracts players who they're just ready to buy, and now they're looking. They're actively looking for someone to work with, and they work with us. But I'd say that's probably 5% or 10% of the time. And if I only went after the hot people out on the internet, my business would be 10% smaller, which would be really sad.
Yeah, and you would just feel defeated because you'd be frustrated with the people who maybe
This is
aren't
huge,
ready
by
yet.
the way. This is like a big concept.
Like
that
these arena people are not to be written off because they can easily become
they're
a
your
player.
best clients.
They can easily
Potential
become a
clients.
player. And they can actually become a player because they saw so much value in what you offered up front.
Yeah.
And now they're like, what's on the inside? Like,
Yeah.
what would it be like to get on a call with Sarah and Lucas twice a week in the Zoom room?
Yeah.
Like, what would that be like? And now it's like, it's easy.
Yeah, remember when I mentioned the two types of coach, or the two areas of coaching, and you've got the expert and you've got the facilitator, and then at the end I was like, you're unlocking someone's potential as a coach. The people in the arena, you are instilling within them belief, showing them it's possible, cheering them on, pushing them forward just gently until they're ready to play the game, and they're gonna work with you instantly. They're the people who are like, I've been waiting to work with you for 6 months. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Beautiful clients to work with. All of our clients are almost in that boat. Is like, I've been watching, and you've given me so much value, and now I'm ready. And it's such a joy to work with. They're grateful for they know us already. There's a relationship built, and I'm always I've since early that was my philosophy, and it's paid off massively. To acquire a client is less. It's less energy. It's less heart. Like, it's just
Less heartbreak
better.
than hustling. And
It's better in every way. That's all I got, y'all.
Good.
Was this helpful? Let us know if this was helpful. We do this every single week. Usually we're in Zoom rooms because Sarah lives 6-hour flight?
Yeah.
7.
6.
5.
6.
6. A 6-hour flight away. And we actually haven't met up in like a year and a half.
We didn't see each other. We haven't seen each other in the flesh in front of each other since September 2019. Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
You missed me.
It's been a little while, but here we are. We're doing a week sort of working together. We're doing a whole bunch of content tomorrow and stuff like that. If you've ever gone through our application, if you want to apply, just let us know or check out the website to chat with us. But when you go through, all the videos are in Zoom. We're doing stuff all in person in studio. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm very excited.
It's going to be fun.
Vidal. Really
Yeah.
excited to chat with you, Vidal. Marco, you're really welcome. if we could serve or help in any way, do not hesitate to reach out. Do we got anything else?
No, reach out if you need a hand. But we're here. And if not, we'll see you either on YouTube or on the podcast or on the other podcast. Or
Check out the YouTube, man. We got some good stuff coming out.
There's some real good stuff. There's a really good one about your morning routine that came out today.
There was?
It's a really good
Today?
video. Yeah, watch that
Why
one.
was it good?
If you guys want that video, just drop morning routine in the comments and we should.
I've had so many emails or comments from the podcast or YouTube channel being like, I made $5,000. I got a $4,000 coach. You helped me double my price. Like, if anything, and you never want to work with us, totally cool. Check out the podcast or the YouTube channel, depending what kind of medium you like to do.
Yeah.
And spend an hour a day studying. It doesn't have to be just for me, but I promise you that if you apply what we have on the YouTube channel, you'll make more money. You'll get more clients. Yeah. You'll be able to fulfill on your damn purpose. That's what I want. Cool.
Marie, we'll give it to you. Same, Justin.
We'll hook you up.
Cool. All right, guys, this was fun.
Yeah. Maybe we should do one more right before you leave on Saturday.
Hey, maybe.
Like maybe we should do on Friday or something.
Yeah, if you guys want us to do that, let us know.
We could like eat dinner and do this or something. At the same
Eating
time.
dinner. You don't want to
Like
watch. Watch Lucas eat.
No, I'm pretty ruthless. My girlfriend was joking that I'm a vacuum. I just soak up food.
Yeah, you're just like a wrecking ball.
I just if I open the fridge and it's done, or if there's food on the table, done.
Yeah.
But it's good because I have a lot of energy.
You do.
What do you do?
You do, and now everyone knows how tall I am.
How tall are you?
I don't know, I look really small.
5'6".
Yeah.
5'7".
5'7".
Hey, we're gonna go dirt biking.
Yeah.
Because I have 4 motorcycles and 2 of them are off road, and we're gonna go on Thursday.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna teach Sarah how to wheelie.
Yeah, if you guys want live footage of me learning how to wheelie, let us know. Drop wheelie in the comments below.
I'm praying for your health, and hopefully your partner doesn't see this, because we'll probably never be able to hang out again.
Let's hope she doesn't find it.
Alrighty.
All right, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you guys. Peace.
We'll talk soon.